Hi, how are you? I'm back for the second video of the day. Another route around Lichfield. So if you're preparing for your driving test around Lichfield, then watch and study and get everything you can out of this demonstration drive. Okay then, so you would be turning right out to the test centre and right at the end of the road, so follow along. Car 4 signals going on. Signal to the right and lights are on green. I can't see any pedestrian activity at the lights there. Just waiting, taking our time with this. Remember, this is an awkward junction. We've got to take our time with it. You can't rush. I'm just going to apply the handbrake. I was looking to see if she was going to let me go. Someone was about to let me go, I think. So I'm just looking for any opportunity to get out. It's a bit tricky right now. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we are going right at the roundabout. So mirrors, signal. It's gone quite busy. I'm going to let this lady cross the road as I should. She might not want to, but that's the new highway code, I'm afraid, guys, so you have to be careful. Remember, the examiner is looking for you to incorporate these new laws. And bringing it forward, it looks to me like we are going right at the roundabout. Perhaps it's towards Rugeley, so I'll put the signal on. I'm not quite sure at the moment where we're going. I think it's Rugeley. If it is, that's cool. So mirrors, signal, Rugeley is written on the road here. We can keep it moving. I'm going to assume it's Rugeley we're going for. So this lane splits into two. I'm going to stay on the left side. A little bit of local knowledge for you now. When the road splits into two, we just keep it left. And then you'll quickly see a faded sign on the road just there saying that it's Rugeley, so that's good. Left mirror check, signals going on, letting everybody at the junction know where we're going and they can get on with their journey. So mirrors, we're heading up to Eastern Avenue at the top of the road. Okay, so I've not seen this route at all yet. I'm doing it for the first time with you as well. Maintaining 30 till we reach the gate, then mirror checks and then a little bit of brisk acceleration. Up to 40 and I'm just going to rest the engine. Yes, it's 5th gear, but we're not really creeping up a hill, so we can just rest the engine. It's a little bit more economical. Just keep it a special eye on it if you're doing that. Don't let the car creep over 40. Got a wary eye on the lady with the dog there, mirror check. Notice I've positioned a little bit further away from the footpath in case he gets a little bit excited and runs into the road. And yeah, just take your time along here. We've got Crossroads ahead there, so we're looking right ahead, left ahead and right for anybody that's going to give us a problem from Abnell's Lane, right and left. Vehicle there on the right in the hedgeway. I'm not sure if he's parked or if he's going to emerge from a house there. I've no idea. I can see a little bit of movement on the left mirror. We are looking for a right turn at the traffic lights. Okay, I think I know what's going on now. So these are the filter lights. So you may proceed as long as the arrow is telling you, your green arrow is giving you priority over the oncoming traffic. So we'll see this together. We'll also be turning right immediately after the traffic lights and crossing the dual carriageway, which is quite cool. So we'll do that together now and have a look at how that's done. Yeah, so got to be very careful here at these traffic lights, because when the lights go to green, it's usually for the vehicles that are following the road ahead, like this. Notice the arrow is pointing ahead. We stay put until our arrow points to the right. Here we go. Mirror checks. Nice early second gear. I'm not going to gather too much speed because I know I'm going immediately right. So the signal's going on. I'm into the slip. It's clear ahead, else I could just sit here behind the giveaway line. And I'm just going to take it round nice and steady. The examiner will say pull up on the left in a safe place. So I'm going to pull up here. It's crafty. It's very, very crafty, because notice there's a bus lane there. Sorry, a bus stop there. In all the excitement of doing your driving test, you're feeling tense. You're about 2 minutes into the drive. You're looking primarily for not stopping on a drop curb. You're not blocking anyone's driveway. There's no paint on the road. But sometimes you can forget to look for the bus stop, so be aware of that. Anyway, I'm bringing the car forward now. Signal's going on because there are eyes on me. We've got the lady at the bus stop on the other side of the road, plus the other road users. So I'm going to take it forward. It looks like we've got a bend coming up to the left. We've got a parked car on it, which could be problematic. I'm checking my mirrors now. I'm going to be positioning it out to give me a further view around the bend. That's fine then. We're going to get to the roundabout, and then we're going to be turning left at the roundabout. So I will try and guess what's going on for you. So up to the mini roundabout. Remember, just keeping it at 30. Mirror checks. Share the space with the oncoming. Signals going on now, and I'm looking towards Morrison's because I give way to traffic on my right. I'm also got a wary eye on the Mini in case he is coming my way, which he's not. Mirror checks, bringing it through and round. Mirrors. We're going to be turning left soon. Can you see the flag on the left? We're going to be turning up there. Again, it's a little bit hilly, so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't ask you to do a hill start here. So it's an interesting one. So round the corner, 20 on the road, notice that. Pull up on the left please, and you've got the driving school car in front of us. I wonder if they're on a driving test right now. I've got no idea, of course, but it looks like they're struggling with that a little bit, so I'm going to get it going. Now the mistake that they've just made is putting the signal on, because they shouldn't have put that signal on if they're anticipating on moving away. Anyway, we're going to go to the top of the road, then we're going to turn right. So it looks like we're crossing right to the dual carriageway again. You've got to be careful of the dual carriageways. You've got to know the rules, study the rules closely about how to turn right. Mirrors, signal. Think about how you're going to position the car. If you're unsure, ask yourself, how is the car on the main road going to position themselves for a right turn? So don't do what everybody else does and go over to that corner. That's a mistake. We're going to be the central reservation is wide enough for us to wait. So I'm just going to bring it forward now, and I'm just going to sit here behind the giveaway line, and then I can go. Hot day today, but I've got the windows shut so you can hear me properly. We're don't want the sound of the wind coming in affecting the sound. Anyway, 40 mph speed restriction. Got a wary eye on the pedestrians there. A little bit of acceleration now, and the rest of the engine in gear 5. Notice the downhill gradient though, so it might be necessary to use a lower gear so that the car doesn't creep up the speed. So yeah, 4th gear is holding that nicely now, whereas there's less engine compression in 5th gear, so the car could run away. Anyway, nice and quiet along Eastern Avenue. Stay alert, because there isn't a lot going on, and so you could easily start going into a bit of a daydream, wondering what the examiner's writing, or how long you've got left on the test, or something like that. In situations like this, you've got to be careful. I think the examiners are looking to see that you are aware of the speed limit and that you're adjusting your speed accordingly. So we're still doing 40 along here. It won't be long before we're back into a 30 zone. So yeah, just keep your eye on the signs, keep your eye on what's going on around you. I can see the sign for the 30, so I'm checking my mirrors, and I'm just going to ease off on the gas and let the car slow down a bit. That way I won't even need to use the brake pedal. One behind started to close the gap a little bit, but that's okay. If I took it in a little bit, he can go around me if he wants to, but I'm not going to. We're turning right here into Netherstowe. I haven't got a safe route across the road at the moment, so I'm just going to hold it there. Remember, don't go too far forward. If you end up going too far, the one behind might cut in behind you, which could potentially be dangerous. You've seen it happen before, so we've just got to be a bit careful. I'm just looking at the sat-nav now. It looks a bit peculiar about whatever's going on. I've not seen this before. Sort of following the road round, and it bends a little bit here and there. Anyway, this would probably be a good spot to do another hill start, perhaps, along here. Notice the speed limit has dropped down as well. We've got to be really careful. We're not exceeding the speed limit. So the examiner is absolutely looking to make sure that you know what the speed limit is at all times around here. So we're going to be taking the next road on the right shortly. Still maintaining 20, so I've got my foot gently on the brake, controlling the speed. I'm going to cut the corner here because of the parked car there, and I'm just taking my time. It's a nice easy little route. There is. No point going fast at all. So mirror checks, the signal is going on. We've got the minibus in front. Oh, it's just a bend. Sat-nav was lying to me, it's just a bend. That's fine. And then we're going left and immediately right. It looks a bit like a staggered crossroads. Yeah, I'm going to treat this like a staggered crossroads. Just going to pause there, bring the car forward. Little route, and we're bringing it round this corner. Lots can go wrong round here. You know, it's still 20 miles per hour. There's parked cars everywhere. There's a school nearby. We've just got to be very careful. So just take your time. We've got speed bumps all over the place. And we can get it going. We're turning right at the traffic lights. I'm trying to hold the car back if I can, but I won't get close to the meter. Mirrors. Always looking at the traffic lights, making sure it's still safe. Green light doesn't mean it's safe. It means you may proceed if it's clear. So, along Eastern Avenue again, 30-mile-an-hour speed restriction. Looking for anybody who wants to use the traffic lights. Zebra crossing further along. Roundabouts, we're following the road ahead. I think we're going on the 838 again. Fine, some mirror checks. It's 20 past 2 in the afternoon, so you need to anticipate what time of the day would be a good time to do your test. This time of the day can be a problem, so you've got to be careful. Again, I wouldn't be blocking junctions there if I didn't have to. One we're going, mirror checks, keeping nicely tucked in on our side of the road so we don't nowhere near anybody that's trying to turn right. Again, staying very disciplined here. We see the cars in front getting away from us. We only need to maintain 30. To go any faster than that is an offence and will be dealt with accordingly. So mirrors straight ahead at the roundabout. Forward, signals going on, and again still staying with 30. Got to show a lot of discipline. It seems too slow for a road like this, but we can't do anything about that. Now we're going to be turning right towards Birmingham in a moment, so again we've got to get the car going quite quickly up that slip road. So the foot will be going to the floor. Remember, a lot of people get a bit nervous about putting their foot to the floor. The accelerator I'm referring to. The car is not going to do 100 miles an hour because it's not a Ferrari. It's not going to suddenly lurch forward. It's going to be out of control. So my foot is to the floor now as we're going up this hill, extending it to 3,500 revs, so we're not overextending the gears, getting the car going even more, and then the signal can go on. Now we're at the hatched markings, and I'm assessing the road, and here I can slow down a little bit to let the black one in front of me. Remember, this is the acceleration lane, and it means we can accelerate all the way up to 70, or we can adjust our speed slightly to let the one in lane 1 go in front of us. So my advice to you is to stay at approximately 50 miles an hour on the acceleration lane in 3rd or 4th gear, which is a good flexible gear, good for acceleration but also good for braking. That way we can gather information, we can do our blind spot check, we can find out what's going on, and then we can speed up or slow down without any drama. Anyway, there's a little bit more traffic on the road since I was here a short time ago, so we can't go anywhere near 70 at the moment. Remember, your job is to maintain at least a 2-second gap. If it's a nice dry day like today, maintain at least 2 seconds, and that's your braking distance in a critical situation. So don't get any closer than 2 seconds away. So I'm just going to watch this driver drive past this sign now, and I'm going to say only in full brakes, the 2-second rule. And because I finished that rhyme long time before I got to that sign, I know I'm more than 2 seconds away. That puts me at an advantage. I can brake easier should I need to. Anyway, we are picking up signs for Lichfield now. So this lane that we're in is going to split into 2, and we are going to position in the right hand side. So I'm going to let the driver behind know what we're doing. So the signal's going on, and if you look at the next sign up ahead, it's the 3rd exit for Lichfield, so we need to be positioning the car back to the left side as soon as possible after the 2nd exit. So taking over the sign, signals going on, 3rd exit for Lichfield, into 2nd gear. I've had a look, I'm happy, we can get it moving. And as we come round, this is exit 1, exit number 2 is by this sign. Checking my left mirror early, I can put the signal on now, because the problem is if you stay in that lane for too long, the vehicles from the other exits, they're going to be gathering speed and potentially going faster than you, and you're not going to have the opportunity to get back across, which would be a disaster. You'd have to go round the roundabout again. If you could stay calm, if you realise the mistake you made, you'd have to go round that roundabout again. If you try to exit late, you could find yourself in all sorts of difficulties. So 40 mile an hour, light touch on the brake just to bring the speed down. Your guess is as good as mine as to the manoeuvre that would be asked. Probably a parallel park that seems to be a favourite in Lichfield, although you need to be good with all of these manoeuvres. You need them for your own driving, not just to pass this driving test. So we're just maintaining 40, and now coming into a 30 zone mirror, positioning on the right hand side of the road. Mirror, I'm looking at the traffic lights. I've put it in 3rd gear so I can brake sharper should I need to, and I'm just holding the car back. Hopefully the lights are going to change any moment for me. Not today. So mirror checks are being done now. Can't see any cyclists, can't see any other problems. Let's bring the car forward. I'm looking, making sure people are not jumping the red lights. I was with a pupil one day at a light controlled roundabout. The lights went to green. A pupil went to bring the car forward and I stopped them because they didn't notice that to our right there was a large vehicle that had no intention of stopping. And of course the police that were right behind us, they found that very interesting. So they went and chased them down. Anyway, mirrors, going round this car now. One in front's trying to make a right turn, so I'm just holding our car back. And take first gear, moving forward. Till the traffic lights were turning left, seems to be a favourite. Always checking the door mirrors for these vulnerable road users. Notice the lady's pressed, she's actually waiting at the traffic light, she hasn't pressed the button, but she can wait at those traffic lights. It's interesting, isn't it? People waiting at traffic lights, in my opinion, and maybe you can tell me different if I'm wrong. In my opinion, if someone's waiting at traffic lights and they've pressed the button or they're waiting for the lights to change, they can just wait there and I don't need to give way to them unless they put one foot on the road. Whereas anybody else looking to cross, I've got to stop. Kind of turns things upside down a little bit, in my opinion. I have mixed feelings about the new rules on this highway code. I'm going to be bringing out a TikTok channel very shortly. And there's going to be plenty of video clips on there of things that I see on the road, and I'd really appreciate my followers to view this channel when it's launched soon, because there's going to be a lot of interesting content on there. Anyway, it looks like we are heading towards Rugeley, which is the second exit at the roundabout. Sometimes you're told to stay in the left lane and take the second exit. Sometimes you're just told to follow the signs to Rugeley. So get plenty of practice at interpreting the road signs so that you're flexible. Mirrors, bringing it round. Put the left signal on now. Turning right, so I'm checking the right door mirror. We can't go into that right turn blind, so I'm keeping my eye on that. And cancelling the signal, putting a new right signal on for the right turn. Remember to separate out your signals so there's no ambiguity. I think a parallel park would probably be on the menu, along here perhaps. I don't know for sure. Mirrors. There is the opportunity there. I have seen once before pull up on the right along this road and then reverse the car back, staying reasonably close to the curb. So you need to be on top of your manoeuvres, do them in busy situations as well so that you're not falling apart under pressure. Get plenty of mock tests in. Mirrors, signal. The last bit now before we finish. Mirrors. And there we go. Staying well away from the pedestrians that choose to walk in the road instead of on the footpath. Don't know why. Hazard, taking a lower gear so I've got more flexibility, and we're going to be finishing off in just a moment. The van's in the way this time, so we'll go into the park area. You will arrive at your destination at 2:32 PM. And is it. Any questions or comments?
At your destination at 2:36 p.m.
Please leave your feedback down below. I look forward to seeing you for another one soon. I do have another one. I just don't have enough battery left in my camera to film it today. But I'll be back. Bye for now.